What's up, Saiyan Army? So what you're seeing on your screen now is 105 pounds on the incline dumbbell bench press. We're doing 4 sets of 10 reps. Let's get into today's video though. So how to do a mini cut. Now if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you guys know for the past couple of weeks I've been cutting down, tracking my macros, and I lost about 5 to 6 pounds, and I'm looking leaner these days and just feeling better, just looking better and feeling better. So in this video we're going to talk about how to mini cut, what I did during my mini cut, and yeah, how you can go through your mini cut. Now first off, if you're not tracking macros, don't know what a macro is, don't know how to put together your macros, I'm gonna link a video right up top here. I'll also link it down below. It's going to be how to put together your macros, and in this video it'll go through everything from A to Z on how to set up your macros. Once you're done watching that video, once you put together your macros, then you can come back to this video and we'll take you through the mini cut. So for the past 6 months, I've been going through like a lean bulking phase, and for me, I recommend mini cuts every maybe 3 to 6 months. If you don't need it, then don't do it. Understand, if you're in your lean bulking phase and you're still lean, then continue on your gaining phase. The only reason you should lean bulk is if your body fat is getting a little bit too high. Understand, as you go into a surplus, you're gonna gain fat and muscle. You can't control, how much fat you gain, can't control how much muscle you can gain. Obviously, you wanna keep the surplus as small as possible if you wanna stay leaner. The bigger the surplus, chances are the more fat you will gain. Now, body fat ranges that I recommend. For me, I like to stay on the leaner side, and I'm just naturally lean. Like my whole life, I was born skinny and I've been skinny. So it's a little bit easier for me to stay around, the 10 to 15% body fat range, actually a little bit less than that. This is all estimate. I've never done a DEXA scan before to really know what body fat percentage. I think at about 170 pounds puts me at about close to 10%. What you see in the thumbnail is about 172 pounds. And what I was prior to that was about 176 to 177-ish. And again, I didn't really weigh myself. And the reason why I don't weigh myself during lean bulks is because it gets in my head. Like for me, lean bulking is really a mental game. And I know for a lot of you guys have that problem where you guys go through, as soon as a lot of you guys see fat on your body, it's like, boom, I gotta go into a mini cut because I'm getting too fat. As soon as you see like a little bit of your abs leave and disappear, it's like, boom, you gotta go into a mini cut. And for me, I play that same mental game with myself, which is why I don't jump on the scale when I'm lean bulking. I just make sure, 1, I'm feeling good, 2, I'm building a healthy relationship with food. This is a really important one that I feel is not talked about a lot, is building a healthy relationship with food. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna go through cutting phases, might go through like drastic cutting phases. Maybe you went through a bro diet, something that messed me up when I was really young. So I competed when I was 17 years old in my first bodybuilding competition after lifting for about 2 years. And I had a real bro diet coach, and I did a real bro diet where it's like chicken and broccoli. And watch my 10-year transformation video. I go in depth about what I was eating, and pretty much I had 2 no carb days and 1 low carb day, and I would just cycle that, and it was hell. It was the worst show prep I've ever done. It was my first show prep and the worst, and it was hell. I ended up getting lean, but it totally messed me up. And even after the show, I remember the day after the show, we ate McDonald's, and I totally started puking all over the place because my body couldn't just handle all that fats that I was just eating because I was just binging. And I remember just at my friend's house just throwing up all over the place, and it was so bad. And the worst part after that is that I didn't realize I had an eating disorder. I felt like I had this endless pit in my stomach, and I just couldn't eat enough. And it wasn't until just a few years ago, years passed with that endless pit, and it wasn't until just a few years ago that I realized that, hey, I had an eating disorder from that show that I did. And it took a long time to get rid of that endless pit feeling in your stomach. So make sure you guys build that healthy relationship with food. With your bulking phase, let's say you went through a drastic cutting phase, you lost, a lot of you guys have been emailing me, you guys lost 20 pounds, 50 pounds, and you guys are starting to reverse diet, add in more food. As you reverse diet, as you add in more food, understand that as your metabolism starts kicking back up, you can add in 1 cheat meal a week. It's okay to slowly add in more and more food and just build that healthy relationship with food. As you understand your macros, as you track your macros, you'll also understand how to balance your macros. Maybe you track for 6 days a week and 1 day. Like, let's say you're a person that just gains fat like that. Like, you look at a cheeseburger and you gain 5 pounds. Let's say you're that person. If you're that kind of person, then maybe you track your macros 6 days a week, and on that 7th day, just eat smart. Eat what you want, you know, indulge a little bit, but just eat smart. Do a little cardio if you feel like you went over. And this is for those guys that, you know, gain fat really fast and you're reverse dieting into like a lean bulking phase. Build that healthy relationship with food, and that is so damn important. So anyways, sorry about going on that tangent. I just feel like that's a topic that's not spoke a lot about, especially in like the men's side of the YouTube fitness. Like, I know I've heard a lot of women and their stories of anorexia and all that stuff, and I just feel like it's not talked about a lot in the men's side. So anyways, just thought I'd share that with you guys. So anyways, moving on into your mini cut. In my opinion, it should be about 4 to 6 weeks. If it's longer, like 8 weeks to 12 weeks to 16 weeks, then that's a normal cut. You probably put on a lot of fat and you're just gonna have to go on a regular cut. You're cutting for the summer, you're trying to get shredded for the summer. But if you're in like a healthy body fat range, let's say, like for me, I always recommend staying under 20% for guys. If you're a healthy male and you're, you know, in the gym killing it, you should keep your body fat range under 20%. Women under 25. So let's say you're on the top end of that scale, you're about 20%, then cut down to about, you know, 15%, maybe 12 to 15% I think would be ideal, and then slowly start lean bulking from there and you'll be totally fine. For me, what I did was I dropped carbs to about 200. Right now my macros are about 250 carbs to 300 carbs. So 250 to 300, 50 fats, and 170 grams of protein. So for me, I cut down fats a little bit and I cut down carbs a lot. Reason being is I prefer higher carbs when I diet. Now, there's a question I get asked about a lot, especially in my client transformation videos. And the reason why a majority of my clients cut on, you know, lower fats and higher carbs is because that was their preferred choice. Now, obviously, if you want, you can cut on lower carbs, higher fats. I do have some clients doing that as well. But even scientific studies show that carbs are going to be your body's preferred choice of fuel. So that's how I do it. Right now, I'm going 250 to 300 grams of carbs, 50 fats, 170 grams of protein. I aim for the lower end, about 250. Some days I feel like going a little bit higher, going to 300. I kind of just play with how my body feels and how the scale's moving. And right now, I've been staying around 171 to 172 pounds. And I feel almost as lean as when I was at 170, which is a good thing because 2 years ago I stayed about 170 throughout the whole year, and I feel almost as lean as then. So that's a good sign because I know, like, in the past 2 years at least I made some gains. So for you guys, what I'd recommend is knock down anywhere from 200 to 400 calories from carbs and fats. For me personally, I like to keep my protein at about 1 gram per pound of body weight, which is a little over 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. Obviously, that's all your body needs. I don't think your body needs 1.5 per gram of lean body mass like a lot of other coaches do, which is super high protein. I like to keep my protein very, you know, on the lower end to moderate end, and get the rest of my calories from carbs and keep the fats real low on the lower end. So for cardio, I've been doing 3 sessions of 300 calories a week right there on my bike while I watch some YouTubes or whatever I may be watching. So for you guys, drop 200 to 400 calories right off the bat. I would add maybe 2 sessions of cardio, maybe just 300 calories, something light, and just increase cardio slowly and decrease macros. Just like in all my client transformation videos that I've done, it's the same process. Mini cuts can be done a little bit quicker. That's granted that you don't have as much fat on you. Again, if you're, you know, on that upper threshold, then you might be doing just a regular cut and not just a mini cut, and you want to make sure you keep your metabolism nice and healthy because you'll be dieting for a longer period of time. During a mini cut, you have less chance to really damage your metabolism. So anyways, day of eating video coming later this week. Also, a few announcements before we close out this video. One, HP Labs just launched their cookies and cream. If you like cookies and cream, go give it a try. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to Blacklist Designs. They hit me up and asked if I wanted to do a bottle with my logo on it. So it's like a clear bottle. It's like a double wall insulated bottle. But yeah, we got this awesome Saiyan Army logo on it.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! Immortal!